cover our main topics. It is object-oriented concept. So in object-oriented concept, class, object, constructor, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, and interface. These are the actually main concepts
Yeah.
in object orientation programming language. So today we will start from the class and object, the main structure or main core component of object-oriented programming. So before going there, so today's topic is class and object. So can anybody say what is object, class and object? Any idea?
I
Anybody?
think class is like a certain set of functions that are in a certain class.
Uh,
And
more
then we have to import that class to the Java to use that certain functions in the program.
No, Wasim. No, it is
The
wrong.
object is a instance or template of the class.
Theoretical. Okay. More specifically, so that anybody can understand. Tell me like this way.
Mhm.
Tell me like this way, anybody who has no background of IT, nothing, class object, he doesn't or she doesn't understand nothing,
The
right?
object contains behavior and the attributes.
It is
Right?
also theoretical. It is also theoretical. Okay. In plain English, you can say everything is object in the world, right?
Yep.
Chair is object, table is object, we are object, everything is object, right? And each object has different shape, different attributes, different behavior, right? Some object can walk, some object cannot walk. Some object has feet, some object has no feet. Some can fly, some can not fly. So different object. And those all object actually come through a pattern, right? Like birds come through a pattern. It's called bird. So bird actually created for this pattern. So in that case, bird is the object and this pattern is a class. More specifically, I'm saying I'm just create one image. Everything will be clear if you see this. Where? I put somewhere here. If you see this picture, you will never forget object and class anymore. Just let me open the one. Okay. Are you seeing this?
Mm,
Okay. If you
gotcha.
see this, let me see. Now your object and class will be clear and forever you will remember. So what is object and what is class? If you create a building, right? So building designer, you go to architect, right? So
Mm.
they will design or engineer, they will design your building pattern, right?
Mm-hmm.
We say it what? Building plan, right?
Yep.
And based on this plan, this is a plan. Based on this plan, we can build a building, right?
Yes.
Now, this is class. This plan is class because it is not physical object. It is a paper, right? It is just
Mhm.
design. So,
Yeah.
so this design called class, and when you make something using this design, it is a object. Understand? So now you can build hundreds of objects using this plan, right? But tell me, can you make a car using this plan? Car?
No,
No,
no.
no.
No, right? That means to make a car object, you need a car class.
Class.
Got it. So another thing. So here it is a building, a structure, architecture, everything, architect, building plan. So when we create a building, that is an object. Simple. So can we build a 10 means 10 means the 10, right? Using this plan? No, right? 10 is
No.
kind of house, or temporary house, but it is not follow this structure, follow this plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Design model. So it will be not a object of this class. So it is very easy. So class is a design pattern or a plan. It is not physical object. So using this plan, using this design, when
Mm-hmm.
we create a real things, that will be object. Understand?
Understood.
If you don't remember or nothing, just remember this image always. So here a class is like a multi-storage building, because I am designing a multi-storage building. So I need a plan. This plan, sorry, I need a design plan. This is my class. Now I will start building, I will start making real building. So real building is here. So first object, I am actually 10 stories building. I want to make a 10 stories building. So this 10 stories building a object of this class, because in this class we are not saying how tall our object is. So it is a still variable. So I can still make a 5 stories building using this plan. I can make hundreds stories building using this plan. Whenever I specifically said this plan only for 5 stories building, then I have to make only 5 stories building. I can do anything more or less. So using this plan, I can make any kind of building, but this building structure would be the same, like this. Here windows, here main entrance, like here balcony, but you can do whatever you want. Yeah, how many stories you can make. Got it. The structure should be and look should be the same as your design plan. That is class. Okay, clear? Any question?
Clear. Thank you.
Okay, so I think you guys will never forget what is class. But
Yeah, I'm clear. Like a class as a as a design or planning structure, but
exactly,
it's not a physically, but is a before making anything. Just this is for just as architect, like as a design, how
yeah,
it will be look.
exactly, exactly. So if you want to make a car, you design a car, design a car model, right? Then you design
Hmm.
the car, you make the car. So when you make the car, this car is object, and the design is a class.
Okay.
So I can close it now. Ashraf, you are clear now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So whenever somebody asks you this type of question, don't complex it. Just give the answer so that anybody will understand. So focus on the, focus should be like this. Who is asking you question, he doesn't know this topics. So make him understand like that way that he doesn't know anything, and you just uh, make him understand, right? So more theoretically, if you go, class is a design plan, and object is a real building. What we said already, building made from this plan, right? So one plan can create many buildings. As I said, a 10 stories building, 5 stories building we can take. So now come to the code. Our basic is good now. Come to the code. So these things, how can we implement right now? The image we saw before, we need to implement it, right? Let me open the uh, image. It's better. Where I put? Oh, here.
I think you can remove static keywords, then you can use it
Ah,
examples.
it's good now. Good. I can open it because I will implement these things in the code, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Class build
So
multi storage buildings.
Yeah, so here, where is our class? Yeah, I will implement this one. So in that case, first we need to create a class, right?
Mhm.
So tell me, Ashraf, you know this. So first I need to create a class.
Create a class.
Okay, so why it is throwing error? Because I need to fix it first. We don't need this. Okay, that is a two. Because it was last structure, sorry, our last program. Whatever. I don't. So Java class name building plan. So we will creating this building plan, okay? So what we have to do now? Okay, and what is this? This is a class, right?
Hmm.
I told in the beginning of the class, this is a class. If you remove the public, no problem. So the class, if anybody asks you what is class is this in Java world. So it should be a name. Name will be started with caps, and class is a keyword. You have to use class and then two curly bracket. And here is access modifier, because I want to make, if I don't put access modifier, it's fine. It by default it will be public. So public is access modifier, it is not mandatory. So that anybody can see my class. Okay, here another thing very important. So inside class, what actually have? One is data and two is method, right? Function. Nothing else. Method. And beside this, there is another thing. Actually, inside class, we don't see it. So till now, we didn't see it. Today, or from today, we'll see these things. So by default, there is one thing inside a class. Ashraf, you can tell?
Yeah, constructor,
Yeah,
default constructor.
yeah, it is called constructor. So it is look like this. Look like this. So actually, this is the class structure. Always remember, okay? Class structure is class name. Then curly bracket inside class body, there should be data. There should be method, because this house has some data, the color, height, and everything, and some other functionality. The house will tell it. So or method is not mandatory. Some class has only data, some class has only method, but these things is mandatory, must. The constructor. So if you don't write the constructor, Java automatically think there is this constructor. So it is hidden. So if we don't declare, so till now, we didn't declare any constructor here, right? In our, in our previous example, you see, there is no constructor, nowhere. Because Java automatically created that one for us. That one for us. It is hidden. Okay, that is one concept. So now, delete it. We are developing the building plan, the class, this one. So in that case, what should I do? I need, so make it very simple. Don't make it complex. Put a string, the building color. And then put int floors. How many floors?
The data means variable, but there is no variable in the class. But
Where data type is variable?
no. I said that before we mentioned class has two part. One is a method,
No,
one
two
is
part.
variable.
Two entity, right?
Three part, no?
Yeah. Three part is a constructor is mandatory things. Is a class building process. You need constructor to build your object, right? But element, class property is data and method. Again, I'm saying, sorry. These two what? Data, right? This is class. Ah, shit. Sorry. So class has data, one property, data or variables, right?
Hmm.
It's called variables.
Value.
And to do something, right? Work, right? Job, to do, to do is a verb, right? Is
So
that
which is a method?
yeah? These two properties. A class has these two properties. And another thing I said is called constructor. Constructor is I'm going for constructor later, so you don't need to worry about this. Constructor is like this class name, then two we can say this bracket, first bracket, right? Then curly bracket. That is called default constructor. So it's called is always hidden. Default
Oh, okay.
constructor. So only need when to create object needed when we create. An object. My N is still not working. We'll come to the an object. Now clear. It is not a property, right? It is constructor actually helps you to make a object. And these two are property, class property. Okay. You will see how we can do it.
Two is properties and one is you
That
can
is
say
constructor. We use constructor to make a class object. Suppose
create an object.
just wait 2 minutes, then we'll understand.
Okay.
So, okay, I am not deleting those things. I'm just putting those things over here. Okay. So string, I put color. It is annoying, the no uses and nothing, those things. I have to hide it. So int floors. So I have two variables. So how many floors? Object will give will create how many floors here
10
and the
floors.
building colors is fine for me because design is always same. Design would be the same. So I don't need to worry about the design. I need to worry about these two things because I can change the entrance here. I can change the balcony here. I can change the windows here. I can put the 3 windows here because I strictly follow the class. Keep it in mind. Suppose, okay, just normal thing in Bangladesh or Pakistan, whatever. So if you want to make a house or here in America, right? So we need to make a plan and this plan should be passed. And I strictly follow this plan to make a building. If I violate anything, right? Then I get the violation, right? Same thing. So here, the class design is here. The pattern is like this, balcony, windows, entrance, right? Here, balconies, everything is defined. So what you can change here only? You can change the color and you can change the stories, height, right? Nothing else. So same thing. So string color and I put floor. Then what? Then write a method here to do. do some method things. So just write a method, void, I can put void, info. I just put a method, not a problem. That's not big. So inside method, I can just put some print statement. So, but tell me, say print statement, what is this? You have
System dot out does pinlin.
internal. I can put here what I can put. I can put the building color because I have two variables over there. I can put building color. Then building color should be color, right? These variables. And I can put what? Building height, right? Number of floors, something. Floors. And it should be what? It should be what? Floors, right? Okay. So you saw this is the class. I have data, two data variables, and I have a method. This is my class property is defined already. So I created this one. I created this one. So how simple is it? The design I already created. Now using this design, I will create a building. I will create this building. Let's say I will create one 10 stories building and I will create another 5 stories building. How, right? That is interesting. So now one thing. So I told about the main method. So in Java world, everything started from the main method. So we can put main method in the same class, or we can create another class and we can put the main method there. Doesn't matter. But till now, we actually working on the one class. That's why today I will actually put my main method in the same class. From the next class, we'll put main method in different classes. So it is not a big deal. It's not a, just think about this is your complete class and you completed your plan. So now I have to create object. Just remember carefully. Now second step what? I have to create object. To create a object, you have to you have to declare main method here or any class, but we are using one class, so we are putting here. That is a difference. This method and main method. Main method's function is different, right? We already know about this.
Yeah, public void. Public static void. Main string.
What happened? Public static void main. I don't know. My version is updated, I think. It's fine.
No, the string spelling is wrong.
Yeah,
STRING.
yeah, I got it now. But
String str. Yeah.
now even my version is changed. The editor version. Yeah. So what is this? Why it is here? Okay, good. So and guys, there will be mistake because my keyboard, I have to change my Mac because my Mac keyboard is already gone, I think, it seems like. So when I press some button, it actually hit another one. Why contract P or equal to 2? I don't know why it is coming. It shouldn't come here. So public static void main. So inside the public main method, I have to create the object like this building and this building, right? So how can you create an object? So to create the rule of making object is first you have to declare the class name first. Class name is what? Building.
Building plan.
Building plan. Then you need a variable, but this is not a regular variable, it's called reference variable because it is holding object, it is not holding a value. So we need a reference variable. So reference variable is just you can put a variable name like building 1 or building 10 stories, right? I'm using 10 stories building. So building 10. So then equal sign. Same. And then you have to put new keyword, new. Then you have to call the constructor, right? Now is the constructor come in the picture. Building plan. You see default packages. This is the default constructor. Not okay. I'm just going through it right now. So this is the rule. Create a object. And object. You see, so that is the rule to create an object. What? First class name, then reference variable, then equal sign, then new keyword, then constructor. Actually, I can tell you another thing. Whenever you write these things, it will create an object automatically. So if anybody asks you how to create an object, your answer should be, Ashraf, also listen. Your answer should be new and the constructor. Got my point?
Should we say like constructor or say class name?
No.
New class name.
Constructor, step by step. I'm telling just constructor. So if anybody asks you, yeah, how to create an object, you have to tell them new keyword using new keyword. After new keyword, I have to call the constructor. That's it. Nothing else. No more, no less. Okay.
Constructor, okay.
And then you can ask me then what is this then, right?
So it's constructor and class name should be always same, no?
I don't know why it is not on. Okay, so then what is this? Then you can ask me then what is this? It's very simple answer. If you carefully look at this, then you will know what is this. What is this then? Why we need it, right? Because this portion create an object. But this object is not saving anywhere. Right? To save this object, you need a variable. But this variable is different type. This variable not integer or string type. This variable is the class type. Because this object is what type? This object is what type? This type. So that's why you create an object, you store in the variable, but this variable is what type? This variable is building plan type, class type, building plan type. You understand? You have to tell Ashraf, you understand, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Wasim also. So as example, I am saying, if I declare a normal variable like integer type variable, how can we do it? Just compare with this. Instead of building plan for normal variable, I write int. Right? So that means just think this is this one. Then what I put here? When I put
So,
A.
so building plan is an instance, right?
Yeah, instance variable, right? Reference variable. And
Okay, so we can
and
declare another variable by the
Ashraf,
building plan. Yeah.
Ashraf need one thing from now on. Ashraf, practice it to the point answer. Okay, I told you.
Mhm.
So if I ask you how to create object, what is your answer?
Using a new keyword and
Not-
the new keyword and call the constructor.
That's it. Yeah, these things we don't need. So now you see the difference. So if we declare a normal variable or we assign a normal variable, what we do? First, we need to put the type, right? Type of this variable, right?
Type, yes,
Yeah, type. Then variable name, right? Here,
yes,
A. Then equal sign, then the value of this variable, right?
yes,
And same thing, to create an object, what we have to put? The type. Object type is this class, right? So we have to put the class name here. So object type is the class name. Then variable name, any name should be here. Then equal sign. Then instead of direct value, we can put, we are creating objects. So here we just create an object. So this object will be created with this new and constructor, and this value will be stored here, and we have to declare the type of this variable, reference variable, right? Or instance variable. It is the class type. Class type means this one. Clear? I hide it.
yes.
So I think Ashraf understand Wasim issued, right? Baya?
Yeah, I understand.
Now good, right? Why
Yep.
building plan? Why class name? Because we are creating a type. We are creating an object of type this, right? So that's why. It is not integer.
Instead of data type, it should be the structure type, like building plan.
Yeah, so class. So
Class.
we are actually creating an object of this class. This is an object of class. Which class? This class. It is object of this class. But then what? This type should be this class, right? Too.
Hmm.
It can be a car, it can be a animal, it can be a dog, right? So it should be the same building. It should be the same building design. It is its time. So when anybody asks you how to create an object, you have to tell them new plus the constructor, new, then you have to call the constructor. That's it. Then more details you don't need to. Then if anybody asks you how to what is this? It's called access the class property. Then you have to tell them first I need to create an object. Then I have to store this object in a reference variable or instance variable. Then I can access the property of the object. I'm showing these things right now. Then we need to create another building, right? That's building 5. How to build it? Same. But tell me. So how this object? How can I create this object?
So it's a second object. Okay. So class name. Class name. Declare the variable name.
Okay.
Variable name is, say, building 5. And equal to new keyword, using the new keyword. And then class name, or we can say constructor.
Constructor. Good. This is the constructor, right?
Only changing the name of the variable. Previous it was building 10,
Exactly.
now
Exactly.
building 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Only name change. Basically,
Yeah.
this class name, variable name, then new keyword, adding the new keyword. After that, it's like as a constructor. Constructor means his class name.
That's it. Yep. Got it, everybody?
Yep.
Okay, take a look now. So now my two object is created, already created, these two objects. How can you see the property of these two objects? So if you go there, now two physical building is created. This one and this one is created. Not yet 10th floor or 5th floor. We didn't define any floor right now, even color also. Because we are using our default constructor. Default constructor is valueless. So now we have to put this value. So these two object is created, but value is not assigned. These two values is not assigned yet because we use default constructor. Default constructor doesn't have any what is this variable assigned. So we need constructor to assign the variable. We'll see later. So now I create two objects. So building 10. Then if you put the dot here, you see the floor and color here. You see, right? Floor and color. So another thing, just I need to, okay. But here we actually, if we suppose click this on, and if we put, okay, as an example, I'm just doing better thing. Wait. Call the method. Building 10 should have this method because we create the object already. Show building info. Okay. If I call it, if I run it now, what we should expect? Any idea, anybody?
So here is the two method. One is a main method, one is the
No, forget about main method. Just
okay.
one
No,
method. This is the one class, and I create the object. This object should have this method because the class has this method, so the object should have this method. But if I call this method, it should give the color and the floor of first object. So if I run it, what should I get?
building 10.flow building.
Yeah, nothing.
Why?
Because we did not assign the values.
Yeah. So we didn't assign the values because we use default constructor. We use default constructor. You see, here we use default constructor. We declare two variables, color and floors, and we create the object of this class. But color and floor doesn't have value so far. So we have to put the value. So run it first. Let's see. You see, building color is null and number of floor is 0 because we didn't put anything. So now the thing is, when we use default constructor like this and our variable is not assigned yet, then we have to assign variable after creating the object. Suppose we can do it here. If we do it here, that is a big problem. I'll tell you later why. If we put it, we assign the value red, and we assign the value floor is 5, then we'll get the value. If I run it, what value I'll get? Red and 5. You see red and 5. So the problem is to assign the variable like this way in class and object wall, Then problem is, if I call the method of 5, because I want 10 here, but it is giving 5. If I call this one, this object, and same method, I'll get the same result. So I will get the same result for all objects. So it is not we want. Otherwise, object orientation programming concept is valueless. If we do it, our concept of object orientation is valueless. You see, the same result. If I create hundreds of objects using this pattern, all object, like all house, will be red color and 5 stories building. But it is not our concept. We make a template, and using this template, we will build house. House will be the same structure, but color will be different, height will be different. That is our goal. So that's why we are using object orientation concept here. So if we create the same object from the same class, same value, so we don't need to create. We can, it is also a use case, but see the difference. So if you declare these variables in the class level, that is the class level, all object will have the same properties, same value, right? This is a class property. And if I define the class properties value here, so all object, what we create, will have the same value, red and 5. So it is not our goal. So in that case, what we'll do? I need different value for different object. I need 10 stories of this object. I need 5 stories of this building. I need a white color of this building. I need red color of this building. How can I do it? So in that case, we can assign the value in the class level. So we have to assign the value in the object level. Got my point? So how can I assign the value in the object level? After creating the object, we have to assign the values. So object dot color equals to red, and then building dot floor equals to 10. Got my point? So I am assigning values, variables values in the object level. If I assign the values in the class level, then all object will have the same value. It is not our goal. So in the same way, for the second building, this building, it is a 5 stories, and assume it is a blue color. So how can I do it? Building 5 dot color dot blue, then building 5 dot close equals to 5. Okay, now if you call the method, you want to see the information of building 10 floor stories building. So we need to call this method. So we call it, let's see the difference now. Yeah, building color, what? Should be difference. Just a minute, hold on. Yeah, you see, building color. Let me do something here. It will be clear to understand. Who's unmute? Okay. So if you run it, okay. So that is my first building, which is 10 stories. And this is my second building, which is 5 stories, this one. So if I run it, you see the building color is red, number of floors is 10. And the second one here, the building color is blue, and number of floors is 5. Got it? Understand? Now I expect some question. I know 100% Ashraf should understand. I don't, yeah, but Wasim might have question and Bhaiya might have question. You guys should have question, right? Did you understand?
I
If-
got the understanding, yeah.
If-
Class method and created object to calling the method. Okay. So there is okay.
Wasim, you understand? Bhaiya, why you don't understand?
No, I'm trying to understand, but yeah. Calling building 10, building 5. So basically, main method, we are just calling the method name. Okay. Method is system. Okay.
Look, this is my class until here. So main method is part of this class. Okay, fine. Till now, forget about we have main method. Okay, right? So this is my class. So inside this is class means I'm making this one. So I am putting the structure here. So the building floors and color. That is a template of this building because I will make a building. So this building color and floor I just defined here. And one method. This method will be giving the color information and floor information of the object created from this class. That's it, inside this class. So now I have to create object. So to create an object, you need the main method, right? So inside main method, we create a first object. This is this object. So we create the object using new and constructor. Now the question was, it has two variables, color and floors. These two variables doesn't have value. We didn't assign in the class level. The problem is if we assign in the class level, all object will have the same value. Color will be same and floor will be same, but it is not our requirement, right? We don't want to do this. So in that case, because we create object and class pattern to do like this, I can create a different thousands of objects, and these objects should be identical. This object should be independent. So you shouldn't create a same object, right? Then you don't need to create multiple objects. So if I have the same value, then I don't need to create objects. So I don't need to class an object pattern. So in that case, I will create different object with different value. So that's why I am not assigning value in the class level. I have to assign the value after creating the object. So I create the object, I assign the value of color and floor after creating the object. So only this object building 10 will get red and 10. Then same thing, I create another object that is 5 stories building. So after creating the object, I assign the value blue as a color, and I assigned floor 5 for the second object. So now if I create another object, how can if I ask you to build a 5 stories building, so how can you do it? Same, right?
Yeah, create another object. Create another object.
Create another object.
And provide the value.
Yeah. Exactly. So create another object. So it is
Like
20.
5, like say 220, yes.
Yeah, and
And
the
then that object should be calling from the method. So building 20,
building 20, then
20
the
dot.
property method, call the method. No, not method, the floor is with 20.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Here is my understanding. Okay, okay.
And building 20 color will be
Say for white here.
yes, something. So now if I want to see the information of this building 20, how can I do it? I have to call this method.
So when we call the method, that means we need to be like variable dot call the method. Variable, okay. Variable is 20. Then method is building. Okay.
Okay, and the thing is, these are the class properties, right? Variables and method. So if you want to access the class properties after creating the object, so you have the rule is object name dot. Object name dot. If you put object name dot, then you will see all those class properties as a in a list. Like here, if you if you delete this one, so if you write, yeah, this is our object, right? The reference variable of this object.
Yeah,
So
reference.
if you put a dot, you will see color, floors, and show building information. These three is bold. You see, these three are bold. That means the class of this object is the object, right? The class of this object has three properties. You have to tell like this. So if you put a dot, and you will see the three things. So that means the class of this object has three properties called color, floors, and show building information. So, and how more defined, more specifically, you can say the class of this object has three properties. Two of them are variable and one of them is a method called show building information. Okay. Got it, right?
But we just last one, just one more time.
Okay.
Two is on data, and
From
one
here,
is the
from
method.
here, what we understand, I create objects. So
Yeah.
the class of this object, this class of this object is what? This is the class of this object, right?
Hmm.
So the class of this object has three properties: color,
Yeah.
floors, and show building information, right? So color and floors are data, are very, and show building information
The
is
method.
the method.
Yeah,
That's-
it's already method sign is there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I understand. Yeah. Thank you.
So we are done to creating a object and class, but now we'll dive in. So far, what we used? So far, we used default constructor here.
Twin one more time. Give you just 5 minutes. Can I go to the prayer?
Okay,
Also pray.
sure. Everybody takes 5 minutes break.
5 minutes break, then I can make your do and then prayer. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
5 minutes break. So we'll be back within 6 20, 6:17.
No, we have our time is 8 here.
Oh, sorry.
8. So 8. Okay, 8:20 is fine. 8:20.
8:20. Okay. Okay.
Okay, Ashraf and Wasim.
Yeah. Thank you. I just
We'll,
make your do
we'll
and then
meet
pray.
8:20.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Or pause the video. Yeah. Or pause the recording.
Yeah. You guys are ready? You guys are here?
Yeah, we are here. Yeah, I've been here.
So you guys don't talk, right?
Oh, sorry. I was in mute.
So everybody's here?
For washing, I'm not sure.
Ashraf, you are here, right? So can I start?
Yeah, you can study.
These two guys are not talking.
আশরাফ ভাই আপনি কি অ্যাভেলেবেল আছেন? Oh,
Asaf, no. Yeah, I don't think so.
but it's a time is 20, but it's a 24 already. So yeah, we can start maybe.
Let's see. Wasim, you are here? Okay, we can start. Let's see. Maybe they have some
sorry, the break.
no, they have some issue in the the mute and unmute things. Okay. Yeah, break things is sometimes yeah, but you have to pray, right?
Yeah, so this time is.
Ashraf, you back?
আশরাফ ভাই দেখি আমি একটা কল দিই আশরাফ ভাইকে দিব কিনা? আমি কল দিচ্ছি আশরাফ ভাই। আশরাফ ভাই আপনি কি আছেন ক্লাসে? আপনি
বেরিয়ে গেছে, আমি ঢুকতেছি।
ওকে ওকে হ্যাঁ
ড্রাইভিং এসেছিল ওরা মনে হচ্ছে 10 মিনিটের বেশিও।
আমি কি ওয়াসিম রে কল দিব?
না না লাগবে না,
Okay.
ইটস ওকে। Wasim is joined already because he has an issue in his computer. Okay, we can start.
Yeah, are you hearing me, Tun bhai?
Ha, I'm hearing
Okay.
you. So your break finish? You joined, right, Ashraf? It's fine.
Yes, I joined.
Okay, so I think Wasim also joined. So here I forgot. So we finished default constructor, right? So in default constructor, what we did, we didn't put the constructor here. So Java automatically put a constructor for us, and this constructor has like this structure. Then what will happen? So if we create a object of default constructor, we need to assign the value of this of all those variables in object level. So now, so what is this? So now we can do another thing. Instead of doing this same thing, we can write our constructor here. Constructor actually, what constructor does? Constructor actually assign the variables for the object. So now we are not using the default constructor. Now we will be creating the constructor. How? Same constructor. To create a constructor, you have to use the class name first, building plan, then same way, then curly bracket. The purpose of constructor, just write it down here. Why it is contact here. So constructor, what constructor does? Assign the value. That's it. So constructor actually assign the value. Constructor assign the value of the object. That's it. A constructor is used to set the value when object is created. More defined way, I can give you this constructor. Yeah, a constructor is used to set values when an object is created. What values? The variables values, right? Now here, what variables we have? These two variables we have. These two variables. So always declare constructor better after the variables because we are assigning the values. I don't know why these things is coming. I will fix it. These things I don't need even. Because so we declare a constructor after variable declaration. So inside this constructor, that is not default constructor. We are creating an object because we want to skip these two lines. Why we are doing this? So you have to understand. So I don't need to add these two lines here. I want to define the red and 10 when I creating the object here. So these two lines I don't want to write here. Make it say what is this? Organize as simplified. So I want to assign the value when I creating the object. And here what I did for default constructor, I create the object, then I assign value. Instead of doing this, I can do one thing. I can assign the value when I creating the object. So in that case, I need to create a constructor. And inside constructor, I have to give the same type of parameters. So what type of parameters here? First is string. String, you can put color, or now I am not putting color, I am just putting C. So later you will understand. And here int is float, F. Okay. So in this constructor, I will be passing two values, and these two values will be assigning these two variables. Like what? Like color equals to C and float equals to F. So that is my parameterized constructor. It's called parameterized constructor. I put the parameter here. And what is this? It is called default parameter constructor. Okay, I just write all those things here. Yes. Oh. All right. So that is called parameterized constructor. Okay. And before what we used? If you don't put anything inside, yeah, that is default constructor, but we don't need to put it. Java automatically put it. Okay. Another type of constructor. That is also default constructor, but different. We don't need parameter here. So just here, actually, we can assign the value inside. Color, right? And float. Okay. That is default constructor. That is also default constructor, but we don't need to write it. Java automatically put it. If we use this constructor, we have to assign the value. We have to assign the value after creating the object. After creating the object, we have to assign the value for variables. So another default constructor is like this. There is no parameter, but these two variables we are assigning, means giving value inside the constructor. What will happen if I use this constructor? Just make it okay. So if I use this constructor, what I have to change here? I don't need these two things. Why? Because when we call this constructor, creating the object, when we creating the object, we call the constructor. We call this constructor. This constructor. So this constructor has two values as the class has, and it is already assigned. That means when I create an object using this constructor, the color and floor will be assigned automatically and it will be red and 5. It will be red and 5. So in that case, I don't need it. I don't need it. Even I don't need it here. But difference is, if I use this constructor, this default constructor, then problem is all object created, 1, 2, 3 object created, and these 3 object will have the same value. So we don't need it for this case. Run it. You see, red 5, red 5, red 5. Same value. All object will get the same value because we are using this constructor, and this constructor goes to here. It's like method, goes to here, and the value is assigned red and 5. So all object will have the same value. So we don't need it. So specifically, what is our purpose here? We want to create different object with different values. So in that case, actually we need this parameterized constructor. So inside parameter constructor, as a parameter, I am passing 2 values, and this value will be assigning the class variables here. So how can we do it? Whenever you create an object here, you see, now we are getting red because now all those parameter, all this constructor I disable. So only one constructor I have that has 2 parameters. That means I have to pass the parameter. So I told you the benefit of parameterized constructor is to avoid these 2 lines. I don't need these 2 lines after creating the object. So I can assign the value when I create the object. So instead of assigning later, I can put the value here. So first value is what? First value is color, and second value is floor. So first value color I can put, that is passing the argument, right? And that is the parameter. I am passing the argument to this constructor. So what? Red. I can put blue. And here I can put 10. 10 is, so it's gone. It's good. Now what will happen? Whenever I create an object using this constructor, using parameterized constructor, this one, and this parameterized constructor has 2 values as a parameter, 2 parameters, and it will assign these 2 variables. So that means I have to pass here blue. Blue is going to C sequentially. The first one is string C, so it the C will be blue now, and what? C has blue, so blue here is blue, so color will be blue. And second one, I pass 10. 10 will be here. F will be holding 10, and F means 10, so floor is equal to 10. So I don't need these 2 lines. I can delete. You see, I can delete. Same way, the 5s2 is building. So when I create the object, actually it was red, so put the red. It was red here. So the second one, I have to pass blue. Then I have to pass 5. So blue is going here, same way. And 5 is going here. So blue, 5. These 2 variables assigned. These 2 variables means nothing but these class variables is already assigned. So now object has these values. The same thing, white. And 10. You see, so I can remove these 2 lines, these 2 lines, these 2 lines if I use a parameterized constructor. That is the benefit of parameterized constructor. If I don't use the parameterized constructor, if I use only the blank default constructor, then I have to write these two lines. I have to assign the values. That is the difference. Nothing special here. Got my point? If you run it, yeah. First one is red and 10. Red and 10. Second object is blue and 5. And third building is white and 10. White and 10. You see? Any question? Anybody?
I think parameterized constructor is better because only one line, right?
Of course, yeah. Of course, better, but depends. Sometimes your use case depends on, so you have to know what
Yeah, depends. Depends on the use case. Okay.
depends on your use case. So if you don't have any values, right? If you don't
Yeah.
have any variables in your class, right?
Yes.
In that case,
So we use a default constructor.
default constructor, right? Like this.
Yeah.
So you understand, Wasim, Wasim, you understand? I think he has problems. So Bhaiya, you understand, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
The same thing. Just I remove these two lines using parameterized constructor.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody understand.
Everybody understand, right? That is good.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I'm just, yeah. So constructor is okay. Now object class constructor is good. Now I am telling you actually constructor overloading things. It is same concept, but overloading things, I'm just giving you example. Let me write it first. So here,
Also, the method overloading is something
method
like
overloading we showed actually last class, right? Method
yeah,
overloading.
yeah. I no. My question is method overloading the similar way there is a constructor overloading, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
same one. So remove this one, this Java used. So we have default constructor. Now make it little organized. Okay, remove this constructor. I think some conceptual problem you guys have. So now I delete these things, make my code is clean. So my class has two properties, two variables, and one method. That is my class. And to access those properties, I need to create objects. So I create this object inside the main method. Fine. So here, so now assume here is a default constructor automatically. Default constructor. Java used only this constructor if we don't use any constructor. If default constructor, number one, default constructor here. If we don't declare, we don't write one. Okay. Then second thing, default constructor. no parameters, and value is assigned. Variables value, right? This one. Then third. Okay, I made messed up here. Okay, whatever, don't worry. So parameterized constructor what? Value, variables value, right? Variables will are assigned when we creating the object. Okay, so far we see this. So the first one come, and we can say honest. Okay, let me write it. So we don't need to write it because Java will be using it if we don't put any constructor. So here, the first one, write it. How to write it? Building plan, then color equals to red and 4 equals to 5. Now all object, if we use this constructor, all object will have these things. Floor is 5 and color is red. So now we saw the parameterized one. Parameter is the same thing. Being fine. String C and okay. So using this constructor, what we can do, we can directly pass the value. So we don't need to use these two lines. So now if I need another constructor, like one value is, suppose I want to create a, I want to create objects. So all objects should be, means all buildings. Because if just think there is a stick rule. Where is this? Stick rule. All buildings will have the same color, white color. But height could be different. Height could be different. But buildings should be, must, is stick rule. All buildings are white. But height could be different. So in that case, you can create another constructor. And this constructor should like this. Building. What name I can do? Constructor with an one parameter, yeah. Constructor 4. Constructor with one parameter. Just parameter is floor. We have to pass the floors because color is default. Color is default white. So how can we write it? Building. Then one parameters. Only one thing is variable here. What is this? This is floor. So I have to pass int floor. So in that case, our color is already defined. It is default. So like all building will be white. So and floor will be variable. So what floor number we will be passing? It will be creating this object. So floors equals to F. Okay. So what does it mean? If we use this constructor, then what will happen? All buildings will be white, but height we can pass through the variable. So let's create one by one. So I have 4 constructor. Default, I have parameterized constructor. I have one constructor that has one value is default and one value is variables. I don't need all those stuffs. Delete it. Better to delete. And even I don't need it right now here, so that you will understand better now. Okay, so building, I don't need, just put building here. And we don't need anything here. You see, the first example, I am using default constructor.
I
So,
think constructor and object has been cleared. I think you can leave today.
hey, you're tired?
No, it's almost 2 hours.
2 hours? No, 7 minutes more we have. So
Okay.
just wait 1 second. So if we create this object with this constructor, that what will go? It will be hitting here because it is default constructor, no parameters. So that means building will be building put method. If we call, then it will give us red and 5. Wait, Ashraf. Red and 5. So now if we use parameterized constructor here, this one, automatically you can put, you see, I am not getting any error. All constructors are here. It's called constructor overloading. Same constructor, different parameters, different parameters. It has 1 parameter, it has 2 parameters, it has no parameters. It's called constructor overloading. So in that case, you can pass seven. Run it. You see blue and 7. It will be hitting here. Now we have another constructor. So if we want to create this type of building, so how can we do it? In that case, we don't need to pass the color because all building will have white color. So in that case, we have to pass only the size of this building. Let's say it will be 100. 100 storage building. So if we put this 100, so 100 will be goes here 5. So floor will be 100 and color will be white. This. So if we run it, we almost finish. We need 1 or 2 minutes. You see, white and 100. So if you create more objects here, all will be, if you put 10 floors, if you put like 3 floors, all object will be created, all building will be creating, but the difference will be, the color will be white for all buildings. 3. Okay. 10. It will be 10, right? 10, and it will be 3. If you run it, you will see I will have 3 buildings. One is 100 stories, one is 10, and one is 3. But all 3 has the same color, white. You see, white 100, white 10, white 3. So that's it, actually, constructor and object and class. So constructor, actually, the main thing is constructor we use to assign the value of this object. So assign this class variables, the value. We are assigning the value of this variable using constructor. So how to create an object? You can create an object using the new keyword and calling the constructor, appropriate constructor. What constructor you need, you can use. If you need default constructor, just call the default. If you need parameterized constructor, just call the parameterized one. And if you need this constructor, you can call this one and your object will be created. And another topics to learn, constructor overloading. So constructor overloading is nothing but using multiple constructor in the same class. So multiple constructor means constructor name should be the same as class name, but parameter will be different. Here null, no parameters, here 2 parameters, here's 1 parameters. So when parameters are different and we use more than 1 constructor in a class, is called constructor overloading. You got my point. So guys, topics is finished today. So I don't know if your feedback, how much you understand. Ashraf, you knows, I think, but other guys, other Bhaiya and
Yeah, we need more and more practice. Yeah, and also without seeing the video, try to create a class and create an object. Yeah, and see if it's working.
Yeah, but
There are 3
logic
type
or you understand the concept, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
then
far so good. Yeah.
okay, then today's class is fine. We can actually wrap up today's
Okay.
class, and yeah, do practice.
It's a really a good thing. Yeah, for object-oriented program. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So
new thing for myself. Yeah.
of course, thanks. So just practice, and the concept is here. So concept is very easy. So if you understand the concept, everything will be clear.
Default constructor.
Thank you, Twin Bhai. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.